family. My name is Jason Ramos. My wife, Rhea. My eldest son, Gavin Gabriel. And the youngest one is Jace Miguel.
We've been with the FilBrit Homeschool since 2020, okay? And we enjoyed it so much. I introduced the lessons given to us are well prepared and well, conducive for the children because they're giving instructions on how to do it and then what to expect. And the teachers and the management are very, very open with communications and feedback. And we love doing our homeschool with FilBrit.
Yeah, we can go out, we can travel, you know. We just bring it all are the lessons.
And that makes it fun and interesting because when we have like lessons about garden plants versus wild plants, we try to incorporate it on our travels because we love to travel. So we're bringing all the lessons with us. So whenever we are traveling, we introduce all these things that we see out abroad or even here.
We're not just traveling, we just introduce
them to the real life, how they implement what they're learning from the school. This is a very flexible schedule. This is something that it's not fixed. We can actually plan ahead and see which ones are like for certain lessons, they are very fast to pick up. Some certain lessons are a little bit take some time and that makes us more like budget our time and we have more family time. Like today, when they asked us for this interview, we are on our way for one of the OPTA appointments and then we are planning to do some museum travels. Oh, they are very good. Each month we have the monthly meeting with the teachers, okay? And whenever they are also reminding us through emails and even on WhatsApps, okay? If really support is needed about the schedule of the school activities or a reminder that you are not yet attending the class. So very, very helpful and very, very approachable teachers and management. You know, for us, we are blessed because my schedule is quite good. I'm working 4 days in a row and 4 days off. So it's very helpful that they are giving the lessons in advance because I can actually prepare the modules and see what time I can do the lessons with them and lessons that they can do with daddy. So me and my husband are putting us some PE, arts. He does that. I do the actual lessons from most of English, science, and experiments that most time of our time are managed, and so that's why we're able to keep up the weekly schedule. And if we are like kids are sick, you know, we don't have to be worried that okay, they will be delayed at school because we are the ones knowing how fast they learn and we can move on to the next lesson. Unlike maybe in a traditional school that the pace of the learning is fixed. So if they are already, like my kids are very fond and good with math, so once maybe after maybe 30 minutes of lessons were finished, then we can go on with a different subject, and that makes our schedule much easier, that we are not stressed of like, okay, are you familiar with it or not? But I think if parents would be able to do it with fun way, you know, some of our friends are asking, how do you do it? You know, just plan ahead and I can gauge children's learning because if I know that they're good with this or the way they learn, I will pick it up to their level of learning. So if, say example, they will learning with more on games, I would be introducing it to games. If a specific lesson is they're better with hands-on, I'm preparing lessons and videos that we can do hands-on. Like as I've said, like geography, history is somehow, even for me, a little bit boring subject. So I want them to be more observant and more excited with this. So going to the museums, buying toys that along with it helps. Like for anatomy, we will buy toys that we will put up all different parts of the body and they will put it all together to create the whole anatomy. So it makes it fun and easier for them to realize which part of the body is it. So I think in the spending of time, I think that's most beneficial for us parents. They are only young, very limited time for the children to be children. So we're glad that we're doing most out of it. until they are grown that they can choose if they wanted to go on a traditional school or they wanted to do and travel with us, hopefully when they are older in the in the homeschool. But we're very, very happy and proud to be homeschool parents. Well, that's understandable.
Yes,
you know, I am not in the education department, I would say. But once you know your kid's level of learning, I think it's much easier. Even before, when I started, before even my first child was introducing to schooling, when he was 5 years old, I'm already interested with the homeschooling. But at the very end, I chickened out because I said, I don't know if I can do it. So we ended up enrolling him to a traditional school, okay, on his KG2. But then that was 2019-2020 school year. But then pandemic came, and then I ended up doing the same thing anyway, almost of a homeschool mom. And that was when he was KG2. And then I realized that I enjoy it. It fits on our schedule, and we're able to introduce our values in it as well. So I said, if I can actually do it with the kids and it's more beneficial with them, that's in my opinion, because they spend most of their time with us. And during that time when pandemic hits, that, you know, it's difficult to send them with other kids and other people in general, I find it very safe to do homeschooling. And as long as they are learning and they are enjoying, I think that's one of the most benefits.
I think this homeschooling is beneficial to us, and we see the results. Like, we comparing to traditional school, we've been in traditional schools. We like this much other than traditional schools because we can, you know, we can schedule our own time, and we divided the lessons like academic, and for me is the arts, something like this. So the bonding is there. So when they grow old, because majority of us, like going to traditional school, we spend almost half of our life in school. So now I think it's working for us. I think it's work also for
it's something other parents could consider. They're afraid that, you know, I think what the concern is there are no socializations. But with FilBrit, we have the camping, we have the school play, you know, and I think introducing all these activities within the curriculum of homeschooling makes it much easier for the children to be really exposed to socially. And again, not homeschooling, that means you're just going to be confined at home. You have to go out there and introduce the world to the kids, and that's, I think, the misconception with homeschooling, that everything is just at home, everything is just online. It depends on how you introduce the lessons differently, but each parents would have their own schedules and priorities. But I think this is a wonderful way of learning for kids, and they don't have to wake up very early, transport-wise, you know, and I think this is one of, they can sleep much more longer. That's again something physical that I really like. And if parents would really are thinking about, you know, homeschooling, look at it. I believe each type of education is on the same level, and if it works for us, it may work for other parents. But you have to have commitment. But again, even when you go on traditional school,
you still have
after school they will go study still at home for homework. So for us, that's a very limited time. I mean, we usually spend so much less time with studying because it's easier for them to pick up at their own pace.
How do I prepare myself to study my lessons? I usually eat something so I can get prepared for the lesson. I usually drink something, and then I get to do my lessons. After that, I mostly take a small little rest and then go to my normal schedule. Other activities I do other than homeschool, I can play with my cousin, my brother, and we mostly have fun together. We like playing this one game where we jump around in circles. My favorite fun day is definitely camping. because it has a lot of activities. The food is really good there, and overall it's just fun. With my best friend, it's mostly a kiosk since we met multiple times. We are friends in a video game, and we're just best buds together.
Nice.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
She's sleeping already. How can we go to museum day?